Many of the guys who visit my clinic have a problem that they hardly ever dare to discuss with others. It's a problem that extends beyond the body. It undermines their self-assurance and the foundation of their closeness. "There's a problem, doctor." "Mariah," they remark, "I simply can no longer." The sentence is left hanging. I want you to know two things if you're over 60 and you've noticed that your ejaculation isn't as strong as it once was, or if it's delayed or non-existent. You're not alone, to start. Second, you don't have to live with this. It's not normal. Your private life is being subtly destroyed by a silent enemy, or rather, two silent enemies, who operate in the background. Additionally, the pharmaceutical business benefits from your conviction that pills or injections are the only way to solve problems. However, they are mistaken. I'm Dr. Mariah Khyrat, and I'm here to expose these two adversaries after working as a men's health specialist for more than 30 years. I'll explain what they are, how they operate, and, above all, how to combat them organically using the strength that already exists in your kitchen. We'll find out why this is occurring in this video, as well as what it indicates about your general health, particularly your prostate. There is no magic solution here. It involves validated science and a plan of action that you can begin right now. Stay with me because the first step to defeating these adversaries and getting your energy back is comprehending them. I'll also give you an extra advice for those who stay through the end, a 2-minute routine that can significantly hasten your recuperation. Before we begin, I ask that you press the bell and subscribe if you value truth and want to remain strong, energized, and confident. In this manner, you will receive truthful content tailored to men just like you. Comment 1 if you appreciate what you hear. If not, leave a comment with your search query. I'm here to serve you. Let's now explore the strength of the first adversary and the fruit that combats it. You will be taken aback. Your entire body is affected by the first silent adversary that targets your ejaculatory function. But it manifests itself most obviously in your intimacy. Inadequate blood flow. Your circulatory system can be thought of as the roads that carry nutrients and energy to every region of your body. Those roads may become congested, constrained, and ineffective over time. Allow me to introduce you to James. James, a 65-year-old man who always took pleasure in his strength, came to me about something that was really weakening him, an almost forceless ejaculation. I remembered a term he used. "The system doesn't seem to be under any pressure, doctor." Mariah. He felt dissatisfied, and as that sensation of power faded, so did his confidence. James outlined a classic sign of our first opponent in action. Ejaculation isn't a straightforward process, you see. It's a highly intricate neuromuscular process that necessitates flawless nerve-muscle coordination and, above all, healthy blood flow. A spike in oxygenated blood is necessary for the pelvic floor muscles to produce the strong, rhythmic contractions of orgasm. An ejaculation that seems weak or decreased is the result of the contractions losing strength due to weak circulation. Nitric oxide is the name of the substance that is responsible for that robust blood flow. Your body uses nitric oxide as a strength messenger. Your artery walls are signaled to relax and expand by this amazing chemical. Your arteries become wide superhighways when your nitric oxide levels are in the right range, allowing blood to flow with volume and force to the areas that need it most. We must provide our bodies with the means to create nitric oxide again, because regrettably it naturally decreases with age. Our natural weaponry can help with that. As demonstrated in our earlier video, the pomegranate is the first weapon. It contains a lot of punica lagan, a polyphenol that has been found to increase the synthesis of nitric oxide and protect your arteries. But today, I want to give it a strong ally in the form of watermelon. One of nature's best sources of the amino acid L-citrulline is watermelon. Your body easily transforms L-citrulline into L-arginine, which is the direct precursor of nitric oxide. when you consume it. Pomegranate and watermelon work in perfect harmony to improve the condition of your circulatory system. I gave James a straightforward plan: 2 slices of watermelon for an afternoon snack and a glass of pomegranate juice in the morning. No medications, no complex therapies. James returned to my office 2 weeks later. He had a different expression. He sensed more than just the difference. He noticed the change in volume and strength. "The pressure is back," he said. "Dr. Mariah." I feel powerful once more. That demonstrates the results of taking on the first adversary. You're doing more than merely alleviating a condition. Your body's fundamental mechanism is being restored. The second opponent, which we'll talk about next, can be defeated after circulation is adjusted. Despite its importance, circulation is only half the fight. The second adversary that targets your intimate function is more covert and cunning. It functions in the chemistry and hormonal balance of your brain rather than your arteries. I'm referring to a stress-overloaded hormonal and neurological system. Allow me to introduce you to Michael. He arrived at my office at the age of 58 with a condition that was causing him to become estranged from his wife, as well as a significant loss of pleasure and delayed ejaculation. He talked about feeling anxious and having a mental-physical disconnect. "I feel like I'm there, doctor, Mariah, but I'm not feeling anything," he said. "The happiness is simply gone." An excellent illustration of our second opponent in action is provided by Michael's story. He was battling more than simply aging. He was battling long-term stress. Our bodies go into fight or flight mode when we are constantly under stress, whether it be from work, money, or health issues. It releases cortisol, a hormone. Small amounts of cortisol can be useful in emergency situations, but when it becomes chronic, it becomes a real health hazard for men. Dopamine and testosterone, 2 substances essential to your health, are directly antagonistic to cortisol. As we all know, testosterone is the source of strength and desire. The neurotransmitter responsible for motivation, reward, and pleasure is dopamine. Dopamine and testosterone levels fall when cortisol levels are elevated. As a result, sensitivity decreases, desire wanes, and it becomes much more difficult to experience pleasure. Instead of being in a state of pleasure, your nervous system is aware. How can we defeat this unseen foe, then? By providing the proper resources to support our hormonal system. The avocado is the first line of defense against hormone imbalance. It's high in good monounsaturated fats, which are the building blocks for the synthesis of testosterone, as we saw in our last movie. Additionally, it contains vitamin B6, a secret weapon against stress that aids in cortisol regulation and reduction. However, I would like to present pumpkin seeds as a new and potent ally. They are among the best natural suppliers of magnesium and zinc, 2 essential elements. The synthesis of testosterone absolutely requires zinc. Low testosterone is nearly always present in men with low zinc levels. In contrast, magnesium promotes better sleep and relaxes the nervous system, both of which are essential for controlling cortisol levels. Zinc is also essential for prostate health. For Michael, the strategy was straightforward: a handful of pumpkin seeds as a snack and half an avocado each day. In essence, he was nourishing his nervous and hormonal systems. Michael did more than simply enhance his function by providing his body with this kind of nourishment. In his own words, he found again the connection and enjoyment he believed he had lost forever. Joy returned and anxiety subsided. You may create a body that feels as well as it functions by fighting the enemies of circulation and hormonal imbalance. Everything is in place for total vigor. With the last puzzle piece, let's put everything together. We have discovered the 2 hidden enemies: hormonal imbalance, which stifles pleasure, and inadequate circulation, which saps power. We've seen how avocado and pumpkin seeds can support your hormones, and how pomegranate and watermelon help unblock your body's pathways. What occurs, though, when you put all of this together? What occurs when a guy not only combats one foe, but also fosters an atmosphere that allows both to flourish? Allow me to introduce you to William. William, who was 70 years old, felt that life was in black and white, but he didn't have any particular grievances. He had made up his mind. He was not ill, but he was also not living. "Dr. Mariah," he said, "I'm just existing." He intended to incorporate everything. He wasn't only interested in hormones and circulation, he began viewing his body as a system consisting of a banana, a handful of pumpkin seeds in the afternoon, half an avocado at lunch, and a glass of pomegranate juice in the morning. He was feeding his body fully for the first time in decades. A month later, there was a noticeable change. He made no mention of volume or erections. He discussed something much more basic. "I began dreaming again, doctor. Mariah," he added, "I have ideas when I wake up. I'd like to get tasks underway." I was unaware that I had that fog in my head. It simply vanished. William was able to witness the power of synergy. Your brain receives more oxygen when blood circulates freely.